week. Hello and welcome to the fifth episode of Sadhana World Foundation. As you know, we care about crafting lives of young children. We present vlogs on moral values. I hope that you are finding them useful to communicate with young kids and help them build a strong moral compass in their mind. We have so far spoken about working hard, comparing them with working smartly, and we have spoken about perseverance. Today we are going to talk about discipline. Commonly we understand discipline as obedience, following rules, having specific habits. If we are going on the road and following the traffic rules, people say that he is a disciplined driver or she is a disciplined driver. If a kid in the school is following the instructions of the teachers, is respecting the elders, at home, if someone is uh, listening to the advices or the instructions of the elders, one is considered to be a disciplined child. But in my mind, discipline is something more than this. I think discipline is about habits, is about practices, is about a sadhana, is an abhyas, if you may say so. So it's about thinking about a particular subject, learning the concept, internalizing them, and then putting them into your habit, putting them as part of one's life, and become free from the thought of how to go about achieving that results. Let me give an example. Let's talk about health. Who doesn't know what are the best practices for good living or good health? All of us know, right? Right from our second standard, third standard, we learn about what's the best practice of maintaining good health, isn't it? We learn about it all through our life. We know what kind of food is right, about sleeping habits, about working out, about the balance between physical work and the mental work, and so on and so forth. Each one of us have our own habits. I'm not talking about the good or the bad, right and wrong. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about each one of us having our own concept of good health, isn't it? So the moot question is, having known all of it, do we apply them in our lives or not? That's the moot question. If we think about it, learn them, and make them part of our life, then that's discipline. Discipline could be about, for example, let's say you put an alarm to get up at a particular time. Do you listen to the alarm? Do you, get up actually at the sound of the alarm or not? Do you put yourself into a lot of difficulty in getting up in response to the alarm? If you have to make a lot of efforts, then that's not your habit yet. Abraham Lincoln said, discipline is about making a choice between what you want now and what you want most. Think about it. Isn't it very well said? Let's again get back to that example of health. Let's say someone decides to go for a morning run at 5 in the morning. That's that person's belief that that's the habit which will give him or give her good health. So wants to follow that practice. When the alarm goes off at, let's say, 4:30 in the morning, does the person get up or not? Does one really take a lot of effort to get up at 4:30 or not? It's a choice that time. between getting up at 4:30 in the morning or sleeping for a little more time and enjoy the sleep. Life is all about the tension between two forces. One side force is all about what I want now. I want the happiness to sleep, happiness of sleeping for a little longer. Or think about a kid who enjoys video games or electronic games or watching the favorite serial on the television. Or maybe it's about reading a book, but there are other things to be done. If you have fixed a time, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 75 minutes, whatever it is, it's your choice. But you have fixed a time. You think that that is the time available for me to engage in this activity. And when the time goes off, the alarm goes off, I should move on. Do you make it a practice happily? Just don't have to push yourself too much about it. Then you are forming the habit. You are forming the discipline. You are disciplined in that sense. Right? What you want most? You want good health. That's why you need to get up in the morning, because that is what you have told yourself. You have thought about it, you have learned about it, now you are trying to put it into the practice. So all these three things you do, then you are disciplined. Right? So that's the story I would like to present to you. What Abraham Lincoln said is discipline is choosing between what I want now versus what I want most. Let me describe the second story. The second story has been told and retold several times. All of us have grown up with that story. It's the famous race between the hare and the turtle. There is an important lesson on discipline in that story. Let me talk to you about it. The hare knows that it runs much faster than the tortoise. It's not a race. The result of the race is well known to him. He will win. There's no question of the tortoise winning this race. And think of the tortoise. Tortoise knows that he is slower than the hare, yet he has accepted the challenge. He thinks that the world is full of so many races. Somebody will be faster, somebody will be slower, but he thinks that he will do his best. So they agree on the destination, they agree on the path that they will take. Now the tortoise thinks for himself what it is that he will do to win this race. He thinks that this is something unique to achieve. This is something what he doesn't do day after day. So this is something very important. So he suddenly relates this to his wanting the most. He now wants the most in his life to reach the destination by doing his best. All right? So he speaks to himself. He thinks for himself that he needs to really focus, control his mind in such a way that he doesn't get distracted. He will do this race in the best possible way to best of his ability. On the other hand, the hare thinks that I am the winner. It's a fun race for me. It's not a competition. The result of the competition is written on the wall. I am the winner. I just have to collect the trophy. Right? So the race begins, and you know what happens. The hare gets distracted with the nice bushes. He plays around. He nibbles on some leaves here and there, takes some rest. The tortoise continues with the focus, dedication, commitment, determination to complete the race in the best possible way, reaches the finish line. The hare wakes up after some time and thinks that, oh, okay, I took some rest. I'm sure the tortoise is lagging behind. Let me just reach the race and declare myself the winner. But that doesn't happen. What do you learn? We learn that if I want something the most, I decide, I train my mind, I learn how to make that the best, make it the best. That's why Bhagavad Gita says, in Bhagavad Gita, the teaching is there that mind is always so restless. By practice, we can subdue it. We can do some control on the mind so that we stay focused. We convert our thinking into habit. So that's discipline for me. So in this episode, we talked about what is discipline and what is not. We said discipline is not about obedience. Discipline is about thinking about what I want the most and how do I reach it, and I keep doing day after day. I may be the best musician, the best sportsman, the best dancer, the best engineer, the best doctor, the best lawyer, the best electrician, the best plumber. If I have to be, then I have to think how do I become the best, and I make that part of my life. That is what we are trying to cover in this particular episode. I hope you like this and you are able to take it to our young children and inculcate a sense of discipline in them in terms of not obedience, in terms of thinking for themselves how and what they need to do, how they need to achieve what they want most in their life. If they want that with all their genuineness, with all their mind, they put complete focus, attention, determination, they will succeed. And they need to do it day after day without putting any extra effort. They need to be in complete control of themselves in that process. If you like this, talk about it to the young kids around you. I look forward to meeting you all in the next episode. Thank you for watching.